Hi friends, and welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'll be talking about the COSRX Aloe Soothing Sunscreen. So I've been wanting to talk about this review for such a long time that I've almost been using this sunscreen for 2 months and I still haven't filmed the review, but I guess that kind of worked in my favor because I had more time to use it, and then now I can have a more thorough in-depth review. So this is the sunscreen. I still kept the packaging for 2 months because I wanted it to be a little unboxing, but as you can see I already used like quite a bit of the product. Oh wow, in the light I can see that I almost used like half the product. So anyway, the retail price for this is $21.90 from Zalora, but when I bought it there was a 30% discount, so I got it for $15.30. So this sunscreen claims to do 3 main things. Firstly, it's supposed to soothe and hydrate your complexion, and secondly, it's supposed to improve your hydration barrier, and thirdly, it's supposed to protect the skin from both UVA and UVB rays. So this is a broad spectrum sunscreen. Has a lot of things that it claims it does, but let's jump right into the ingredients and see what it actually has. This is quite an interesting sunscreen because it is a hybrid sunscreen, meaning that it is kind of both a chemical and a physical sunscreen. And that's quite interesting because I tend to stay away from chemical sunscreens because I'm allergic to some of the compounds that's there. But when I read the ingredient list, it didn't have the oxybenzone that I'm allergic to, so I decided to give it a try, and I'm really glad that I did. So let's jump right into the first ingredient. One of the key ingredients that it has is antioxidant called tocopherol acetate. So it's always good that a sunscreen has that extra antioxidant properties. And it also has the 55,000 ppm of aloe leaf extract. So yeah, I mean that makes sense because this is the Aloe Soothing Sunscreen. And on top of that, it has titanium dioxide, and that what makes it the physical or mineral sunscreen side of this. And titanium dioxide, if you guys know, is almost always present in most it's almost always present in most physical sunscreen, either that or zinc oxide, and that's what gives it the broad spectrum property. So it's able to protect against both UVA and UVB rays, and that's also its downfall because this is what usually leaves the very drastic white cast that we see with most mineral sunscreens. What makes this interesting is that it also has some chemicals that help protect against the UVA and UVB rays, so that's why this is a hybrid sunscreen. So I'm going to leave the names of the chemicals here. And the first one helps to protect against the 280 to 320 nanometer range, so that is the UVB protection. And the second chemical here gives the protection at around 310 range, as well as 320 to 340 range. So the second chemical helps against both the UVA and UVB protection, while the first one generally helps with the UVB. So if you were to couple both of it together with titanium dioxide, I must say that it is a pretty good sunscreen. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the ingredients. You can see the box for the whole list of ingredients. It has quite a lot, and I don't really want to delve into each and every one of it, but these were the ones that kind of popped out at me. So let's jump right into what I liked about this product. So firstly, I quite like that this is a hybrid sunscreen, meaning that it is both a kind of chemical and physical or mineral sunscreen, because like I mentioned, I normally tend to be allergic to chemical sunscreens because of the oxybenzone and avobenzone, but this doesn't have it. So it means that I'm able to have the chemical properties like aspect of it, plus it kind of minimizes on the white cast. And that leads to my second point, where this sunscreen doesn't leave such a strong white cast. So let me just apply some on my hand. Let me just rub it in. Almost none. Like usually it would take so much effort for a physical sunscreen to like really blend into the skin, and the white cast will be just bad, and you can barely even tell the difference between, you know, both my hands. And this has the sunscreen on, so I really like the fact that it doesn't leave a white cast. And thirdly, it is quite hydrating. So it's a soothing sunscreen, but it did claim to improve the hydration barrier, and I will say it does feel pretty hydrating when I put it on. And especially someone with dry skin, I have very dry skin, so I like the fact that this is quite hydrating, because then I can like minimize the amount of like moisturizer that I apply in the morning. So it is very good, like you can instantly feel the hydration. And finally, it does feel pretty water resistant, or should I say sweat resistant, because once again, I do live in Singapore, and in the morning it is extremely humid. And I feel like if you can stand the Singaporean humidity, it could probably do well anywhere. So yeah, I quite like that about it. So moving on to things that I quite didn't like about this product. Firstly, it is not a fragrance-free sunscreen, so it does have a pretty strong smell. Like, it has kind of a floral slash aloe kind of smell. Personally, I don't really mind it that much, but I would have preferred if it was fragrance-free, because the scent is quite strong. So especially when you apply it on your face, it lingers for a bit. Yeah, but I mean, it's not the worst thing to have. I don't mind it, but if you're very sensitive to strong smell, this isn't it for you. I'm pretty sure you'll be like turned off the second you smell this. So yeah, that is something that you should take note of. And secondly, while I said that this was very hydrating, that works for me because I have dry skin. So if you have combination skin or oily skin, I think you might find this to be a little bit too oily. If you have dry skin, probably good for you, you can wear it. But if you have somewhat of an oily skin, maybe you should skip out on this, because it might be a little bit too much to wear in the morning. Yeah, but apart from those two factors, there isn't really that much that I dislike about this product. Okay, so the true test of it is to apply it on my face and show you guys how it, you know, looks like. I'm really kind of sweating if you guys can't tell. So I'm just gonna squeeze some onto the palm of my hand. Yeah, as you can see, it is quite easy to blend in, and it doesn't even leave that much of an obvious white cast. And especially with wearing the mask every day, you need to make sure that your forehead is well protected, because the rest of your face from here down has the protection from the mask, but your forehead is left exposed, so gotta be careful about that. So yeah, this is how it looks like, fully blended in, and you couldn't even tell that I'm wearing sunscreen. And this is like real time. I didn't even have to wait like 10 minutes for the white cast to disappear. So you know I meant it when I said that it didn't leave a white cast. So in summary, I do personally think that the stuff that I liked about it far outweighs the stuff that I don't like about it. And this is coming from the point of view of someone with dry skin. I love that it is hydrating, it has a good SPF. The price isn't really that steep. With discount, I got this for $15, and I've already been using it for like 2 months, and it does kind of have a pleasant smell. While I wouldn't want it, it's pleasant. Yeah, considering all that factors, yeah, I definitely would recommend this. But once again, you need to like think about your own skin type and see whether this will suit it. But yeah, as someone with dry skin, I love it. So that's it for my review. If you guys liked it, please leave a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and see you guys in my next video. Bye!